Here we are at Wells Services Propane Dispensary, and I'm going to show you guys how to date a tank. Okay, I got a few tanks here lined up with various sizes. Now, these valves can tell you something just alone. Quite often if you see certain valves, especially like this one, it's almost a dead indicator that it's expired, but this year, I think they get finally weaned out, it seems, because all the ones I've seen that I'm filling up with these are expiring this year. So, there, that's another one. If you see a flower top or those, not necessarily mean anything. These OPDs often mean they're good to go, but like this one's expired, and you see the OPD. So those OPDs are nice because you don't have to necessarily weigh them to fill them up. They'll automatically shut off my system, so they don't have to be on the scale. Makes it convenient for me so I can go do other things while that fills. But anyways, how to date them. Quite often what you'll see first, this is the first initial stamp on the tank. There'll be either a stop sign or an A or some kind of symbol. You've got your month and your year. So this expired in 2015. They're good for 10 years here in Canada. I believe in the States they go 12, but up here we go 10. Now if it's been revalved, there's two things they'll do. They'll stamp it on the shoulder. This means this tank was revalved. The original date is right there. There's that circle, not a stop sign this time. So it was 5th month, 95. So it got revalved to expire in 2014. So it's got the E, that's the initial, I believe, of the person who revalved it, 2nd month, 04. Another way they'll do it is they'll stamp it this way on the collar instead of on the shoulder. And that expired in 04 as well. You can barely see it with the rust and all, but it's 04. So when they get they're expired, they either need to be thrown out or recycled, basically, or revalved. Now, revalving, it's a tank like that, definitely can be revalved, and I would recommend doing it. You can take it to a tank swap usually. Revalving's sort of getting old school, it seems. I believe Superior Propane's got their own tank swap program, and there's a couple other companies doing it, so you just do the tank swap with them. It seems a lot easier and hassle-free. I don't need to deal with it. So those ones would be perfectly fine. A tank like this, though, if it can be angle grinded down and buffed up, inspected inside, it's not too bad, maybe. But generally speaking, that'd be a chucker. I wouldn't even bother. It's got a lot of pitting going on. And these tanks aren't thick. It's actually quite thin material. So, yeah, so that's when you would just toss it out, not bother revalving. So here's another one. Date right there. This was looks like the 4th month of 05. So it also expired in 2015. You'll see a bunch of other markings. TW, that's tare weight. That's what weight it is empty. So you can always tell if your tank's full or empty. If you have a tank that's expired and it's got gas in it, do not worry. You don't need to bring it to me to be dispensed or whatever, discharged. What you do is just use it up. If the tank's working, just use up that propane. You can use the tank, you just can't put more gas in it. That's all. So that's why it needs to be revalved. So, yeah. Anyways, that's basically how to date your tank. They're good for 10 years here in Canada. If it's expired, get it revalved or exchanged or buy a new tank. And I'd be happy to fill it for you.